Lighten up, just enjoy life. Smile more, laugh more, and don't get so worked up about things. Yes, this is the mantra for our today's episode. And with this, I am Deepa to welcome you to this episode of Making Way to Hashtag Inclusive Community, a podcast of hope, which is a collaborative initiative between Bachpan Ke Pitare Se and Little Storytellers.
Yes, Deepa. So, welcome everyone. I'm Neena, the host of Little Storytellers. So, today we are honored to have with us such a remarkable guest. And Deepa rightly started with the quote because that quote suits her. So, we have with us Dr. Shivali Dikshit Saxena. She's an award winning coach, recognized as one of the 100 most influential coaches in India by the World HRD Congress. She dons so many hats: a certified NLP practitioner and a passionate social change activist. With her deep expertise in emotional intelligence, she empowers individuals and organizations to unlock their fullest potential and create meaningful transformation. And she is also into social actions. She believes in doing actions. Today, she will share with us her journey as a founder of Spectrum, the Awareness Project. So, Spectrum, the Awareness Project is a parent support group created to spread awareness about the role of the community to support parents and families of children with neurodivergent condition. So we welcome you, Dr. Shivali, to this episode.
Hearty welcome, Shivali. And so good to see you here. And thank you for accepting to be a part of this series.
Hey Deepa, hi. Thank you for inviting me today.
तो सबसे पहले हम लोग शुरू करते हैं. What is inclusion according to you?
Well, जैसे word inclusion, it says that it includes everybody. For me, inclusion also means the same. The only difference that is there that I take the reference or the inspiration from the preamble of our constitution, where it says the right of equality for all, and it treats everybody equal. So that is how I would like to think about inclusion. In a way, it is also embracing everybody with all our differences and uniqueness.
Correct.
Yeah, that was such a short and crisp answer on inclusion, and it's so much of message in that. So my second question is, we want like to know about your journey, like from an HR professional to a life coach.
Yeah, sure. Though I don't like to talk much about my journey, nothing very significant, but I think it's been a journey of learning a lot. Being a student of psychology since my graduation years, I mastered in IR in OB, which is Industrial Relation and Organization Behavior. And NCRT those days was providing a diploma in guidance and counseling. So immediately after finishing my master's in psychology, I enrolled for that diploma in guidance and counseling. And then I ventured into corporate sector wherein I worked for 10, 12 years in corporate HR. HCL Infosystems was my last organization. And I think I've learned a lot from that organization and the team that I worked with. Uh, then I was on the family way and started. I thought that what would I write in my CV? I can't write I was changing diapers and, making the child eat. So I
Uh,
thought, let me pick up my, PhD because research is something that has always been my passion. So I think I always want to know about why things are happening and how can we make improvements there. So I enrolled myself for research, and my topic was emotional intelligence and impact on performance. So that took me around 5 years because during the day I was the full-time mommy of two toddlers, and during the nights, I became a night owl. From 9 to 12 every night, I would sit and write my research. So afterwards, once PhD was done, and those of your listeners who know what research means and what kind of temperament you need to do research, you would know that you're socially isolating yourself. You're only looking into books and papers. So
Hmm.
once the research got over, and I was thinking, it felt
Hmm.
like a new world altogether, because 5 years was I was only either with the children or with my
Hmm.
books. So it was a social isolation for me, much before COVID happened for everybody. So yeah, so then I thought, let me rely on my strength, which was
Hmm.
people and my passion to interact with people. So
Hmm.
I started working as as a freelance counselor much before NLP and life coaching happened to me, which happened very organically.
Hmm.
So those days I was working as a counselor with people. I was writing blogs on a very popular platform, earlier those days, and from there I got a lot of understanding that whatever that I write has an impact on people, and it
Hmm.
has the power to bring the change. So I have always written about social causes, and
Hmm.
that triggered me a thought that writing alone would not help. If we really need to bring the change, it has to be translated into action. And that is what some of my community engagement projects are about, bringing that change through action. Uh,
Hmm.
Eventually, I came to know about NLP, which is neuro linguistic programming, which talks about the power of human mind to be able to reprogram itself. And that is something which is very fascinating. Being having a background of psychology, that came very natural to me. So I ventured into NLP and did the practitioner's course, and eventually came ICF, which is international body for which provides certificate courses and which gives the accreditation for the coaches. So I got that also 5 years ago, and ever since I've been working as a life coach. Life has taught me several lessons, and I thought it's the best ways to share with people such that I also grow along with them. That's a little bit about my journey. I hope it makes sense to you and your viewers,
It
audience.
makes sense, and the best part that I loved about is like the writing that you put into action. That is why you have come with so many projects, and one can see how it is going on. And truly, writing alone doesn't help to help anyone to improve in a community.
Mhm.
You have to take actions. So truly inspiring the journey is.
Thank you so
So
much.
yeah. So,
I have a question,
yeah.
I think.
Mhm.
Yes.
So, you spoke about emotional intelligence and impact of,
Impact on performance.
yes, impact on performance. Could you please tell us what does this mean and how is this helpful in creating an inclusive world?
Well, there are two different topics altogether. If you are saying emotional intelligence, impact on performance, and inclusion, I would change this question slightly by saying how being emotionally intelligent or aware can help you being more inclusive. And
Hmm.
practically, this has
Okay.
happened in my case as well, to tell you, Deepa. Uh, Let
I
me
would
just.
like you to, I'm so sorry to interrupt you in between. I would like you to explain this in Hindi so that
अच्छा
many people understand it.
जी
So if
जी
you
जी
could mix and match.
बिल्कुल जरूर. सो दीपा ने जो सवाल पूछा यहाँ पे कि आप अगर अपने इमोशंस पर, अगर अपनी भावनाओं पर कंट्रोल करते हैं, तो उसका इम्पैक्ट अपनी आपकी परफॉर्मेंस पे, आपकी डे टू डे लाइफस्टाइल पे कैसे आता है, या क्या वो आपको ज्यादा समावेशी, ज्यादा अकोमोडेटिव या अडेप्टिंग बनाता है. तो दोनों का जवाब है हाँ, इट हैपेंस, ऐसा ही होता है. लेकिन पहले समझते हैं कि इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस होता क्या है. सो बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बेसिक मैं आपको कॉन्सेप्ट वाइज अगर बताऊं, तो ये एक स्टेज है या एक मेंटल स्टेट है जहां पर हम स्टार्ट करते हैं सेल्फ अवेयरनेस से. अपने बारे में आप खुद को कितना जानते हैं, से लेकर आप अपनी जिंदगी, अपनी लाइफस्टाइल, अपने गोल्स, अपने चॉइसेस को कैसे मैनेज करते हैं, आप कैसे डिसीजन मेकिंग लेते हैं. तीसरी चीज आती है सोशल अवेयरनेस, कि आप अपने आसपास के समुदाय के लिए, समाज के लिए कितना अवेयर हैं. और लास्टली एंड मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट ऑफ ऑल इज रिलेशनशिप मैनेजमेंट, जो आपके अपने रिलेशन, आपके खुद से रिलेशन से भी होता है, और आपके समाज या अपने घर परिवार नेबरहुड में, इन सभी रिलेशंस को लेकर भी होता है। सो अगर आप अपनी भावनाओं को नियंत्रित करके अपनी एनर्जी को सही जगह चैनलाइज कर पाते हैं, तो हम कहते हैं कि आपका इमोशनल कोशेंट, EQ, जो हम बहुत सुनते हैं आजकल, बहुत हाई है। या अगर हम ऐसा नहीं कर पाते हैं तो हम कहते हैं वो लो है। सो ये तो हुआ इमोशनली इंटेलिजेंट होना या भावनात्मक रूप से बहुत सुदृढ़ होना, अपने अपने कॉन्फिडेंस को स्ट्रांग रखना। दूसरी चीज हुई कि इस यहाँ से इंक्लूजन तक का रास्ता क्या है। सो अगर आप अपने भावनाओं के लिए सहज रूप से जागृत हैं, अगर आप अपने लिए समझते हैं कि मेरे लिए क्या अच्छा है क्या नहीं है, क्या मैं गुस्सा कर रहा हूँ, क्या मैं अपनी भावनाओं को सही समय पे केंद्रित कर पा रहा हूँ, कंट्रोल कर पा रहा हूँ, और क्या मैं जो रिस्पेक्ट दूसरों से चाहता हूँ या चाहती हूँ अपने लिए, क्या मैं खुद को दे पा रही हूँ। जब हम अपने लिए ज्यादा जागरूक होते हैं तो अमूमन ऐसा देखा गया है कि हम अपने आसपास के जो एनवायरनमेंट है या उसमें जो लोग हैं उनके लिए भी ज्यादा अवेयर और कंपैशनेट रहते हैं। इसीलिए जब वो कहते हैं कि सेल्फ केयर, अगर आप चाहते हैं कि आप दुनिया भर को ठीक करें तो पहले अपने आप से शुरुआत करें।
हाँ, सही है।
सो
अपने आप।
जी, और जहां तक रही बात इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस, क्या ये आपको ज्यादा इंक्लूसिव बनाता है, तो जब आप भावनाओं के लिए सहज रूप से सजग होंगे, तो वो चाहे भावनाएं आपकी हो या आपके सामने वाले की, उन सभी के लिए आप बराबर रूप से जो है जागरूक और सहज रहेंगे, सजग रहेंगे।
सो ट्रू। आई थिंक ये हमने सुना भी है ना कि एनर्जी या आपके जो भावनाएं हैं, आपके इमोशंस, दे ट्रैवल फास्टर देन द लाइट आल्सो, राइट?
जी
द
जी,
थॉट
बहुत
सो
टेलीपैथी
स्ट्रांग।
होता है, बड़े सारे एक्सपेरिमेंट्स हुए हैं इसी चीज को प्रूव करने के लिए। अगर आई एम श्योर आपके जो ऑडियंस है उन्होंने जरूर सुना होगा द राइस एक्सपेरिमेंट के बारे में। अगर नहीं तो मैं चाहूंगी कि आप जरूर से सर्च करें राइस एक्सपेरिमेंट। एक बहुत ही अमेजिंग एक्सपीरियंस है जहाँ पे लॉन्ग प्रोबांग ने ये एक्सपीरियंस किया है, एक्सपेरिमेंट किया है, जहाँ पे उन्होंने एक बीकर में, दो बीकर में राइस लिए, और एक को उन्होंने बहुत सारी ब्लेसिंग्स और आशीर्वाद दी, और दूसरे बीकर को उन्होंने बहुत सारा नेगेटिव थॉट्स दिए कि तुम काफी बुरे हो, और तुम बिल्कुल सुंदर नहीं दिखते हो, और तुम में कितनी कमियां हैं, तुम कितना अपने आप को परेशान करके रखते हो, तुमने हमें परेशान करा है, ऑल दोज नेगेटिव थॉट्स जो हम कहते हैं अमूमन बिना सोचे कि ये दूसरे को कितना परेशान कर सकता है। तो उन्होंने ये एक्सपेरिमेंट किया और उसका इफेक्ट ये देखा कि जिस कंटेनर को उन्होंने बहुत सारा आशीर्वाद दिया था, वो बहुत, उसका राइस में अच्छी फ्रेग्रेंस भी थी, वो अच्छा था, स्वस्थ था 2 हफ्ते बाद भी। और जिस कंटेनर के राइस को उन्होंने बहुत सारा नेगेटिव एनर्जीज दिया, वो सड़ गया। तो अगर ये इम्पैक्ट राइस पे आता है हमारे बोलने का, तो आप सोचिए जो हम खुद से बोलते हैं सबसे पहले, जो हमारी इनर मोस्ट कॉन्वर्जेशन होती है वो अगर नेगेटिव है तो उसका इम्पैक्ट हमारे अंदर कितना है। और वही नेगेटिविटी अगर हम अपने आसपास फैलाते हैं तो उसका इम्पैक्ट लोगों पे क्या आता है।
हाँ, मैंने इसके बारे में सुना भी है, और मैंने इसका एक और वर्जन जो प्लांट्स पे, द प्लांट्स की ग्रोथ के ऊपर जो
जी जी।
एक्सपेरिमेंट्स होते रहे हैं,
हम्म
सो प्रोफाउंड। और ये आज हमें बहुत ज्यादा जरूरत है इन सब चीजों को समझने की, क्योंकि निगेटिव टॉक बहुत हो रहा है, सेल्फ टॉक हो रहा है नेचुरली, और हम इतने सारे
हम्म,
अलग
हाँ।
अलग चीजों में इन्वॉल्व होते हैं
हम्म
गिवन आवर फास्ट लाइफ पेस। तो
हम्म
बहुत इरिटेशन बहुत जल्दी होता है, एंड देन बच्चों के साथ अलग चीजें होती हैं, तो वी डू अ लॉट ऑफ नेगेटिव टॉक। सो इट्स हाई टाइम वी बिकम माइंडफुल।
जी
yeah. I think that example or that experience that you shared about negative, that rice and wo sab, most of the parents can relate, because many time, maybe knowingly or unknowingly, we do this, right?
जी, हम सभी
Maybe
करते हैं, ये बात सही है, हम सभी जाने अनजाने में करते हैं।
करते
तो
हैं।
जब जागो तब सवेरा,
हाँ, वही वही, कई
जब
कई
आप
बार
चाहें तब वो चेंज ला सकते हैं।
हाँ, वही वही, मतलब वो फ्रस्ट्रेशन या जो भी हमारा होता है, हम इस तरह से निकाल देते हैं, और बाद में लगता है कि अरे ये क्या बोल दिया। बट यस, ये चीजें, मतलब जब हम समझ जाते हैं, संभलना बहुत जरूरी भी है।
जी
तो इतना, मतलब इतना कुछ आपने जब बताया, उसको सुन के ऐसा लगा कि मतलब अब ऐसा लगता है कि खुद के अंदर टटोलो और अपने आप को, अगर कहीं लगता है कि इनमें से कोई ऐसी चीजें हैं जो आपको हटानी है, एंड यू हैव टू बिगिन, एक नई शुरुआत करनी है। तो उसी उसी के रिगार्डिंग अभी मैं आपसे पूछना चाहती हूँ कि आपने जैसे कई प्रोजेक्ट्स किए सोशल एक्शन के लिए,
हम्म।
और जो अभी आपका स्पेक्ट्रम अवेयरनेस प्रोजेक्ट है,
जी।
जो आप बहुत मतलब 2-3 साल होने को है, तो उसके बारे में अ, ऐसा क्या था, या वो कौन सी घड़ी थी जिसकी वजह से आपने इंस्पायर होके स्पेक्ट्रम द अवेयरनेस प्रोजेक्ट शुरू करने का मतलब सोचा आपने, द
जी।
इंस्पिरेशन?
जी, थैंक यू नीना फॉर आस्किंग दिस क्वेश्चन। हर बार ये सवाल जो है मुझे इट टेक्स मी बैक टू द कॉन्वर्जेशन विद द पेरेंट्स। तो मुझे ये मतलब ऐसे बोलूंगी, ये उन दिनों की बात है जब मैं कोचिंग कर रही थी, और मैं एक कपल पेरेंट कोचिंग कर रही थी। और
हम्म।
देयर वर टू सेट ऑफ पेरेंट्स जिनके साथ बात हो रही थी। और वो जनरली बात करते थे कि हम बच्चों के लिए क्या करें, हमारी हेल्थ लाइफस्टाइल। सो वी वर जनरली टॉकिंग अबाउट लाइफस्टाइल करेक्शन एंड पेरेंटिंग टिप। वीडियो उन दिन ये कोविड टाइम्स की बात है, जिन दिनों कोविड-19 चल रहा था। कोविड-19 ही 2019 की ही बात है।
हम्म।
तो बात करते करते जूम पे पीछे से उनका बच्चा निकला। तो देख के मुझे समझा कि बच्चे में कुछ अलग है। तो उन्होंने बताया कि उनके बच्चों को, दोनों ही बच्चों को ऑटिज्म है, और इसीलिए वो लोग बहुत परेशान और तनावग्रस्त हैं, क्योंकि बहुत सारा टाइम लगता है उनको उन बच्चों की देखभाल करने में। बच्चे छोटे ही थे, 6 साल के 8 साल के बच्चे थे दोनों। और उन्होंने कहा कि वो इतना परेशान थे, चीजें मैनेज नहीं हो रही थी, इसलिए उनको किसी रिलेटिव ने सजेस्ट किया कि आप किसी से काउंसलिंग या कोचिंग क्यों नहीं लेते हैं। तो विच इज वाई दे केम टू मी। सो
हम्म।
मैंने जब उनको बताया, बाय द टाइम 2019 की बात कर रही हूँ, तो मेरा बहुत ज्यादा एक्सपोजर नहीं था ऑटिज्म को लेके, या कहें तो न्यूरो डाइवर्जेंस को लेकर भी। तो
हम्म।
मैंने सिर्फ उतना ही पढ़ा था जितना साइकोलॉजी की बुक में, एक चैप्टर था न्यूरो डाइवर्जेंट कंडीशंस,
हम्म।
उसमें आधा पैराग्राफ ऑटिज्म था। और ये
हम्म।
मैं 2000 की बात, सन 2000 की बात कर रही हूँ, जब मेरा ग्रेजुएशन हुआ
हम्म।
ना। उस समय थोड़ा सा ऑटिज्म पढ़ना और एक 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 लिव्ड एक्सपीरियंस को देखना कि उसमें हम कैसे सपोर्ट कर सकते हैं। तो मैंने
हम्म।
पेरेंट्स को उनको बोला कि मेरी एथिकल प्रैक्टिसेस नहीं मुझे ये सजेस्ट करती कि मैं ये कोचिंग कॉल कंटिन्यू करूं, क्योंकि
हम्म।
मुझे कोई एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है ना ऑटिज्म का, ना ऑटिज्म वाले बच्चों को हैंडल करने का। तो मैं आपको किस बेस या किस एक्सपर्टीज पे मैं आपको कुछ भी
हाँ
इंफॉर्मेशन
हाँ।
शेयर भी करूं, because
हाँ।
I don't have that background. But by
हम्म।
the time
हम्म।
parents got so comfortable that they said कि नहीं, आपको नहीं पता तो वो हम बता देंगे, लेकिन
हम्म।
we want to continue doing the sessions with you. And that
हम्म।
gave me the responsibility even more कि
हम्म।
मैं थोड़ा खुद पढ़ूं। सो
हम्म।
2019-20 मैंने बहुत जितना मैं पढ़ सकती थी मैंने पढ़ा, लोगों से बात की, इंटरव्यूज किए और समझा जाना। फिर
हम्म।
एक दिन बात करते करते उन्होंने कहा कि हम लोग जो कुछ कर सकते हैं हम कर रहे हैं हमारे थेरेपिस्ट के साथ मिलके, लेकिन अ, हम क्या करें ऐसा कि हमारे नेबरहुड में लोग समझें हमारे बच्चे को क्या करना है। तो मैंने उनसे बोला कि आप बताइए मैं क्या करूं।
हम्म।
और बहुत परेशान थी उस दिन शायद वो। तो उन्होंने कहा मैम आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते, आप क्या कर सकते हो उसमें।
हम्म।
एंड
हम्म।
दैट वन वर्ड डिड नॉट लेट मी स्लीप द होल नाइट।
हम्म।
थिंकिंग कि ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि हम कुछ करना चाहें और ना कर सकें।
हाँ।
सोचते सोचते मैंने रात के 12 बजे होंगे, और एक फ्रेंड सर्कल था ब्लॉगर्स कम्युनिटी का हमारा। तो
हम्म।
उनको मैंने मैसेज किया कि भाई मैं कुछ करना चाहती हूँ, अभी क्या करना चाहती हूँ नहीं पता, बट
हम्म।
ऑटिज्म या ऑटिस्टिक बच्चों के लिए कुछ करना चाहती हूँ। आप में
हम्म।
से कोई लोग अगर मेरे साथ जुड़ना चाहें ऑन दिस प्रोजेक्ट तो मुझे बताएं।
हम्म।
तो कुछ 10-12 लोगों ने रिस्पांस दिया। अगले दिन हमने एक ग्रुप क्रिएट किया, और ये शुरुआत थी
हम्म।
स्पेक्ट्रम द अवेयरनेस प्रोजेक्ट टीम की। अ,
हम्म।
इसके पहले भी मैं मेंटल हेल्थ एंड वेलबींग पे, न्यू मदर्स और पोस्टपार्टम डिप्रेशन पे,
हाँ।
जीरेटिक डिप्रेशन पे, ऐसे प्रोजेक्ट्स पे काम कर चुकी थी पहले भी। तो मुझे ये तो
हाँ।
अंदाजा था कि ऐसा कोई प्रोजेक्ट या ऐसी कोई चेंज जो हम चाहते हैं लोगों के माइंडसेट में आए,
हाँ।
बिना लोगों को इंक्लूड करे नहीं होगा। मतलब अकेला
करेक्ट।
चना भाड़ नहीं फोड़ सकता, मैं
नहीं।
अकेले करूंगी तो कितना कर पाऊंगी। बट सोचा,
सही।
ये सोच के मैं बैठ भी नहीं सकती कि कुछ ना करूं। सो
हम्म।
उन प्रोजेक्ट्स पे काम करते साथ मुझे ये एक्सपीरियंस था कि कैसे लोगों को रीच आउट करना है, कैसे उनके साथ काम करना है, ये तो मुझे अंदाजा लग गया था। So with that I started this project, और आने वाली फरवरी 1 तारीख को 3 साल कंप्लीट हो जाएंगे इस प्रोजेक्ट के। और
हाँ
इस बीच में हमने टोटल 151 एक्सपर्ट्स के
हाँ
साथ में टॉक्स किए हैं, 10 म्यूजिकल एक्स्ट्रावेगेंजास किए हैं, जहाँ सभी
हम्म
न्यूरो डाइवर्जेंट और न्यूरोटिपिकल बच्चे साथ मिलकर
हाँ
परफॉर्म, दे एंजॉय द म्यूजिक। तकरीबन 12 आर्ट वर्कशॉप्स किए हैं, बहुत
हम्म
सारी पोइट्री, 6 पोइट्री रीडिंग सेशंस किए हैं, स्टोरी टेलिंग हमने, जहाँ पे आप
हम्म
और नीना एंड दीपा, बोथ ऑफ यू हैड graced
हाँ
that space. Nina is the champion for it also. So story
जी
telling के भी हमारे कुछ 54 sessions हो चुके हैं।
जी
uh,
हाँ
yeah, so it's been an amazing journey on this project so far.
that is like when you talked about the parent and that it was like maybe that is something that pinches us when a parent tells us कि आप क्या कर सकते हो, आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते हो।
हम्म।
तो
नहीं,
and then
एक्चुअली वो पेरेंट्स का भी ना, पेरेंट्स भी एक लिमिट के आगे उनको लगता है हम बच्चे
हाँ
के लिए घर के अंदर हम जो चाहें वो कर सकते हैं, लेकिन हर वक्त बच्चे को घर में तो नहीं रखा जा
नहीं
सकता।
रख सकते, करेक्ट करेक्ट करेक्ट।
तो
और
बाहर
उस
के लोगों को कैसे सेंसिटाइज करें, ये काम
ये
पेरेंट्स
बहुत
भी नहीं कर सकते, एंड इट इज वेरी
करेक्ट
डिफिकल्ट समटाइम्स टू डू इट अलोन।
करेक्ट करेक्ट। आई थिंक जो आपने ये इसके बेसिस पे जैसे आपने ये प्रोजेक्ट स्पेक्ट्रम वाला लिया, जहां तक मैंने समझा है उसके अच्छे रिपल्स भी आए, बिकॉज देर आर मेनी हु आर सो हैप्पी एंड दे फॉलोइंग द पेज, एंड ऑल्सो lots of parents are getting help out, at least they are getting a direction where to look for and what to look for.
जी
So
जी।
yeah, and congratulations abhi February when we celebrate third birthday, I think we have more there is some message to the community that yes hum kar sakte hain, we can be a reason for change. uh, इसके आगे
Definitely.
दीपा
मैं
क्या?
सुन रही हूँ एंड आई वाज लाइक, आपकी बात ने ना, इट हैज मेड मी नॉस्टैल्जिक,
हम्म।
क्योंकि जिस तरह से आपके साथ हुआ, आप कोचिंग कर रहे थे और किसी पेरेंट ने बोला कि आप क्या कर सकते हो, कुछ नहीं कर सकते हो। मैंने नया नया पॉडकास्ट शुरू किया था, आई थिंक मैं पहले भी एक दो बार बोल चुकी हूँ, बट आई कैन नॉट रेजिस्ट रिपीटिंग इट अगेन, कि जब नया नया मैंने पॉडकास्ट शुरू किया था तो मैं उसको शेयर करती थी अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ में, या व्हाट्सएप के थ्रू मोस्टली मैं शेयर करती थी। तो उसी में एक मेरी नेबरहुड में एक लेडी थी, तो उन्होंने बोला कि दीपा, तुम सबकी कहानियां सुनाती हो, इतनी सारी कहानियां सुनाती हो, हमारे हमारी कहानियां क्यों नहीं सुनाती हो? मैं कहा, हमारी कहानी से क्या मतलब?
हम्म।
कहती, हमारे जैसे लोगों की, हमारे जैसे लोग से क्या मतलब? बिकॉज मुझे तब तक नहीं पता था उनके साथ क्या प्रॉब्लम है या नहीं है। तो फिर उन्होंने बताया कि मेरा बेटा ऑटिस्टिक है और लोग हमें ऐसे देखते हैं, हमें ये फेस करना होता है। मैं तब रूपरेखा बनाई थी कि मुझे कुछ तो करना है, तब तक आई हैड रियलाइज्ड कि हाँ, पॉडकास्ट में पावर तो है, आई
हम्म।
कैन डू समथिंग। लेकिन तब बात नहीं बनी, एंड मे बी इट वाज, मतलब जिसको कहते हैं ना, एनर्जी वर्क्स आउट,
हाँ
एनर्जी
हम्म।
फर्स्ट टीचेस यू। आप
हम्म
जिस डायरेक्शन में जाना चाहते हो, अचानक मेरा सर्वम में, उसी साल मैंने सर्वम ज्वाइन भी किया, कुछ महीनों बाद में 2 साल वहां काम किया, फिर आपसे मिली थी मैं,
जी
शिवाली, और
जी।
फिर फाइनली इस साल हमने ये पॉडकास्ट फाइनली शुरू किया कि नहीं,
शुरू
अब दिस इज द
करेक्ट
राइट टाइम।
हाँ हाँ
At least we
हम्म।
have learned some vocabulary. We have
हाँ
sensitized ourselves first कि हमें किस
जी।
हाँ
तरह से और क्या बात करनी
हाँ।
है। अभी भी
एंड
सीखना बहुत बाकी है, बट
बाकी है
एटलीस्ट
दीपा, आई
आई
वुड
एम
लाइक टू
थैंकफुल।
ऐड, जैसे आपने ये जैसे शिवाली हैड दिस एक्सपीरियंस फ्रॉम पेरेंट्स साइड एंड यू टू हैड, तो मेरा एक्सपीरियंस 2008 की है, हाँ 8, जब मैंने स्कूल ज्वाइन किया था दिल्ली में।
हम्म।
तो वो सब्स्टिट्यूशन
हम्म।
पीरियड जब हम जाते थे, नर्सरी में गई थी, तो एक बच्चा जो मतलब इट वाज ब्रेक टाइम फॉर देम, so I was also there with them, and everybody was having their food, and this child was eating his food, and then I saw that वो मिर्ची वाली सब्जी जो है, तो खाते खाते उसने अपने मतलब he took it literally अपनी आंख को पोंछ रहा था, and I was like, I that shock कि मिर्ची है। And when approached the child, he was like, he was not looking at my eyes, but rather he was frustrated, वो anger, मतलब वो उठ के जैसे मारने के लिए दौड़ा, जैसे shouting like, So and suddenly there was this response from the caretaker that ma'am uske piche mat bhago wo to pagal hai. And I was like 5 साल का बच्चा, maybe 4.5 or 5 years, pagal. Matlab that term haunted me like anything because my younger one was also of the same age, though in another school. So I think for a week I couldn't sleep, and I was like, why the child was? And I uh, had a special educator near my house, my neighborhood. I mentioned, and then she said, "Does he look at your eyes?" No. Then she said, "The it could be something like this. So you can, if you could just bring them home, I'll just go through." But then I was questioned why I'm interfering in those things. It is that the counselor or educator who has to do it. But I think that is something kept on thinking, kept me going. And as you say, the universe meets. We happen to cross the path, and here we are, knowing and
Hmm.
learning, right?
Yeah, no, there's so much learning from everybody, like what both of you mentioned.
Mm,
And what I think is a common point here amongst all three of us is that we are very sensitive towards the emotions of people or their well-being around us. And
mm,
I think that brings us all together, and like we
yeah,
always say, stronger together. So I'm
correct.
very happy to be here on this podcast with such beautiful, beautiful souls, very compassionate people, both of you. I think both of you are doing fabulously well on in your own storytelling, in your own genres that you have. So yeah, thank you
And
once again.
we are also happy to have, because uh, we started off like planning, and yeah, finally third year we also began our series. So yeah, so moving forward, Deepa.
Yes. तो शिवाली जी, आपने बहुत सारी चीजें बताई. You have been so busy. I am now curious to know, how do you manage your time with so many things?
No, first and foremost, I'm never busy. Well, I think God has been very kind and very gracious to have given me opportunities to work with so many people at different points in my life. I think which everybody does. We, by virtue of the experience that we have on
Mhm.
this planet so far, I think what has helped me all this time is your question was how do I manage time, and I think time
Yes.
has been my biggest friend. I think from a very early childhood I was instilled these values to respect time, get up on time, do things on time. I still have the wristwatch that my dad got me when I was very small.
Oh.
So yeah, I found it few days ago in one of the boxes. So time was one value that we were taught at a very early stage, and that is something I'm trying to inculcate in my children also. Uh, so I think I have always considered that there's a limited time that we all have on this planet, and our journeys would be remembered by how well we utilize that time. Uh, as a coach, I have 5 different projects that I'm working on currently. Some projects have a lot of followership. Some projects are only within a small group of 12 people, 20 people, or 50 people for that matter. What happens, how I split my week, I keep one day free. I don't do anything that day, which is my Wednesday, mid of the week. I don't do anything. So other than that, there are, each day has a specific time slot given to it. So I work on one project a day, and I do whatever it needs for that one week on that project. That is how I'm able to manage my work between project, and then the coaching sessions that I do, they also have specific hours. Like most days I have sessions at 11:30 in the morning, and then I have sessions at night, and I have a session at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I've given that allocated time likewise, such that I can spend time with my children also once they are back from school. I can play with them for some time, talk to them about their day, how it was, and exchange some ideas of what to do this weekend. Yeah, I think what has also helped, what I was telling you earlier, that creating a support system around us is very important. I've always been a working woman. I mean, ever since I remember, work was always there. Even when during the sabbatical, when I was doing my research, it was not done to such that I will just do this and do nothing afterwards. I always wanted to contribute as much as I could to the community, and as I said, God has been exceptionally kind to me that I was given that kind of opportunities to be able to contribute every day. I hope I answered your question, Deepa.
Yes, you have answered and inspired also because many times I have seen other people also and I have experienced for myself as well. It becomes difficult to do so many different things,
Mhm.
right? And
Mhm.
so this is what like for me it was like personal learning. How do you manage? And then there are times when people often crib about or maybe they make an excuse या कि मैं इतनी busy हूँ मैं नहीं time निकाल सकती because I have been observing you though I have not been very active with awareness project, but then I have been observing you. You are the one who will manage somehow and reach at that particular place. You
Mm.
travel distances, you manage time, and this is
True.
like I just know the tip of the iceberg, I should say, of your work. And yeah.
No, no, I think you know it in completeness. There is nothing beyond this. But I think, as again, God has been kind. For me, people are very important. So if
Yeah,
I need to be there, I need to be there. Then there are no two ways about it. So,
correct.
yeah.
So, coming on to another thing, like when you talked about how you manage time, and many times you're doing social service. Many often like people think voluntary कर रहे हैं, कैसे कर रहे हैं, ऐसे कैसे चलेगा, means that doubt
हाँ,
comes, है ना, कि monetary, because एक बार आप अगर आप जो लिसनर्स हैं उनको बता दें, कई बार होता है ना जब हम किसी को बोलते हैं कि देखो इट वुड बी गुड दैट इफ यू वांट टू टॉक, सी इट वेरीज, आपको लाइफ कोच के पास जाना है, कई बार लोग पूछते हैं कि देखो हमारे बच्चे में नाउ when I'm into Spectrum, the awareness project team as a member, and when people hear when I'm in my place, there are two, three people who inquired that our child or someone known to us is under Spectrum. So what to do? So what I tell them is, I am no one to tell them or guide them what to do. Yes, of course, there is a group where we have so many experts whom you can approach, right? देन देर इज अ सेकेंड थॉट, अगर हम अप्रोच करते हैं, क्या वो पेड होगा, क्या होगा? तो कैन वी जस्ट क्लियर दोस क्लाउड्स दैट इज देयर अमंग पीपल, सो दैट
Mhm. Well, I have not, I would not say that I have not faced or I've been asked these questions. I have been that, why are you doing this? And in fact, I ask myself this question every morning, that what am I going to do today? And the reason why I do it, if I can answer it for my own self, is you have to look at it from a different perspective altogether. We all get kick or high from different things. So we, like how a psychologist should say, that our needs are different, and what motivates me vis-a-vis what motivates somebody else could be two different things. So like we say in psychology that there are three kinds of needs, what people have and what drives them to work. Okay, what is their motivator, if I can say that? So one is need for achievement. Somebody wants to achieve a lot. Somebody, it could be a 7-digit salary. It could be a very exceptionally beautiful car. It can be a solitaire. It can be, a zero size figure. It can be anything. So people may be driven by various kind of thing that they want to achieve in life. Then there are people who want to have a lot of power. So it's a power dynamics that we see at workplaces mostly, in social situations where people want to show dominance over other people. So that is what drives them to work, that motivates them to work every day. Then there's a need for affiliation, that I want to be part of something. There are groups, some $500 million group companies, or there are different sort of groups that, corporate world you will find.
Hmm.
Likewise, for different people, there can be different permutation combination. So it is
Hmm.
never like one person, one need all of the time. It will
Hmm.
be one person, many needs, many permutation combinations all of the time. So
Okay.
I think for me, what has helped or worked is when I was working in the corporate, I have enjoyed that success, that glamour of working in the corporate world, the
Hmm.
fun and the kind of monetary rewards that you would get and all of
Hmm.
that. I've enjoyed that to the fullest. I was
Hmm.
probably the last one to leave my office.
Hmm.
I was very, very workaholic that time
Hmm.
also.
Hmm.
So I've lived that part of being in the corporate for the longest that I know.
Hmm.
And then this was my second instinct in terms of my career.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I thought now would work for things that will really matter to me. So therefore, affiliation is very important for me in terms of supporting people. Women empowerment was one of the projects that I was working earlier, wherein I worked with 300 women to support their mental health and well-being. Um, so I think it is my second journey, second time when I'm working towards my career, and this time it is for people. So everything that I do has a community engagement angle in it. And how do I support it? Well, I work professionally as a life coach. Uh,
Hmm.
Purposefully, very consciously, I don't want to create this into an NGO. So
Hmm.
far, the idea is, every other month, this question comes to my mind: should I or should I not? And every time I'm able to convince myself that I cannot, because the moment somebody invests money, they would want to have it done their way, and then the compassion will not work the way that I want it to. So far we are doing it voluntarily, and whatever expenses are happening, we're able to, I'm able to manage it on my
Hmm.
own so far. So
Yeah.
want to continue with the compassion that we have for people, and
Hmm.
that is all about it.
Yeah. When money is involved, compassion goes. And I think you're doing an amazing what you call service, and we wish that you find success in everything that you do.
Thank you
Yes,
so much. Thank
thank
you.
you. Yeah, Deepa.
Yeah. One more thing, Shwali.
Yeah.
Working on different projects,
Mm-hmm.
right? Uh, Being a life coach, studied psychology, now NLP practitioner, and so much more,
Mm-hmm.
working with corporates. And I'm sure talking to parents, meeting children with diverse needs
Mm-hmm.
sometimes becomes overwhelming. So as a life coach, you are supposed to meet different kind of people, and I'm sure they share their issues with you. So how is it uh, that you are able to maintain your well-being? How do you maintain your well-being as a life coach dealing with so many people?
Yeah, that's a very important question for most coaches, I would say. Uh, what is very important here to understand is that you being a coach, you don't stop being a human, right? So you need to
Correct.
celebrate your being a human as well. And when I'm saying being a human does not mean from the limiting point of view. That
Mm-hmm.
means the you have your own emotions, and you must experience them, acknowledge your emotions the way that anybody else does. So not that I don't cry when I feel sad, not that I don't feel happy and elated and I jump like a small kid when I'm really happy. So I experience all of my emotions, and I really am aware most times of what is happening with me. Just to tell you that when I lost my dad, I allowed myself to grieve for 4 months at a stretch, where I really felt I there was a time I was depressed also. It took me 4 months to come out of that depression, but I allowed myself to experience that grief. Every day I remember him, not from a space of sadness, but from the space of inspiration. I don't need a phone call to talk to him anymore. I can just talk to him, close my eyes, and I can talk to him. So that is one way to tell you that every life coach, rather every coach, every human experiences emotions just like anybody else does, and they should do it. Now, how do I manage my emotions when I'm sitting in the calls? It is whenever somebody is sharing their life journeys, it is never from the space of pity or sympathy that I listen to them. I tell them at the beginning itself that we will try to come to a resourceful state. We will reach a space where you would be in a position to look at things more positively, more constructively, and you'll be able to take a more informed decision. So it is always from the point of view of solving a situation rather than looking at the problem. So that has been my mantra all this time. Plus, I ensure that I do rigorous 1 hour of cardio every day, such that I release that negative thoughts, those memories, those energies from my system, such that I'm ready for the next day, fresh slate to write new stories every day. That's how it works for me.
Wonderful. I think I'm just spellbound listening to all these things.
Yes.
Not getting, not getting what to go for. Should I ask more questions or what? So almost we have touched the chord of what we wanted, right, Deepa?
Yes, and one more thing, when you said when you are listening to people, it's not out of pity or any other emotion, just to reach to a better solution-oriented way,
Right.
right? So I want to ask this for myself and for people in general.
Mhm.
For example, let me give you a situation.
Mhm.
For example, I have gone to a restaurant or XYZ any place. And nearby, I am seeing a family or a person who is very different or a differently abled person,
Mhm.
या अब ऑटिज्म की बात करें या डाउन सिंड्रोम की बात करें, तो लोग थोड़े अलग दिखते हैं, उनका बिहेवियर थोड़ा डिफरेंट होता है. व्हाट इज द राइट वे टू रिएक्ट? शुड यू इग्नोर देम, और how do you basically respond to a such a scenario? I don't know whether I'm asking it correct way or not.
No, you're asking a very genuine question and a very practical scenario you've given. So,
Yeah.
in a
तो कई बार
restaurant, if you
होता है,
find a family which has a neurodivergent child or a young adult, what should I do?
yes,
Normally, when we go to a restaurant, we don't we normally we look around at people, and find our own chairs and sit and we enjoy our meal, right?
yes.
That's
Hmm.
what we need to do.
Hmm.
So, who is sitting next to you, you can give a pleasant smile. If you receive a smile in return, if you feel, you can exchange pleasantries. Hi, how are you? How was the day generally? But if you think that everybody is busy with their own thing, that is why people have come to a restaurant to enjoy time with their families. So let people be, and you also enjoy your meal. You don't have to think too much. So clearly, no reactions are required. Ignoring is the last thing one should do. uh, be social, just be a human being wherever that you are, irrespective of a restaurant, a hospital, on roadside, in the mall. Just be and allow people to be. If somebody is asking for, if you think somebody needs help, uh,
Mm-hmm.
one must ask that, is there something I can do for you? Most times, parents know what they need to do for their children. And if they say that, yes, can you please hold my bag, or can you get me a glass of water, or can I find a place to sit? These are small things that we can do for them, which would really be very helpful for them, for that matter. But I think just give a smile and let them enjoy, and you also enjoy your meal.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Do not make someone else feel uncomfortable. This is, in short, what I
Do not
personally.
make anybody feel uncomfortable, not even yourself as well. So
Exactly.
if you're comfortable with yourself, your own emotions, most likely you would let people be. You would not disturb them also.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
So let's wind up our conversation by asking you the last question.
Mhm.
So, your mantra or your message to the community.
Wow. Come together. You know, and that's what I would always tell the community. Come together, play the role that you should play. We all need to play as a village to everybody and anybody. Look after your own well-being first, such that we are a healthy community. We are a healthy nation. So physical health will take you places. It will also take care of your mental well-being. So look after your physical health. If I can talk about our country, our youngsters do not indulge themselves into physical activity on a regular basis. If that can be one habit that we all develop, to invest 1 hour at least or 150 minutes a week for a workout minimum, that will be good. Start reading. A lot of us have stopped reading. I would request, please read about your country, your culture, your literature. uh, Connect with the roots again. And above all, keep smiling. You got one life to live. Make most of it. Don't waste your life in any substance abuse or any toxic relationships. Your life is far more precious. I listen to a lot of youngsters who come to me for coaching. Uh, it is very important for you to realize the importance and the value of your life and your time on this planet. It is not forever, it is very limited. So make most of it. Have dreams, chase them, work towards your dreams, and yeah, keep smiling.
That was wonderful message. Smile your life because you have a yes, of course, life is unpredictable. Chase your dreams, and
Take
I
care of
think
yourself.
yes, first and foremost, take care of yourself, stay healthy so that we work for a better community. And that was so splendid and such an insightful message that will definitely go down well with our not just youngsters, but even adults like us. And thank you so much for, joining us and being part of this series. And it was really sort of learning in a true sense to know what is right and what is wrong, and the equation that we you share with your surrounding and all those things. So thank you once again for joining us, Dr. Shivali. So we are just
Thank you for inviting, Nina. Thank you, Deepa, for making me part of this drive. And yeah, thank you. Love, it was a pleasure being here.
thank you.
Same here. Thank you so much. And that's all for this episode. We'll be back in another episode with some new insights, some meaningful insights. Till then, let's come together to make this world a beautiful place and better place for our future generations. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep listening to Bachpan Ke Pitare Se and Little Storytellers. Thank you. Have a great day.